Hello, welcome Slashers, Nightcrypt here, and welcome back to When Dolls Attack, a little series where I talk about evil dolls. This can range from haunted dolls in real life to killer dolls in movies. In this case, we're talking about a little short film by the name of The Rejected. I've been meaning to review this one. I've been really bad about not reviewing it. I apologize. This was supposed to be a lot sooner. But the thing is about The Rejected is this movie, this short film is too good not to make some kind of video on because it's like Chucky, but scarier. In this video, I'll be going over all the reasons why I feel like The Rejected deserves a feature-length movie, because The Rejected is only like 8 minutes, so I feel like that's criminally too short for such an amazing short film, and I feel like it should definitely be adapted into a full-length film one day. So with all that said out of the way, let's get into this. Let's first talk about what The Rejected is about. Without spoiling anything, it's a pretty disturbing story about childbirth. The burden of a woman who is pregnant with a child she don't want. That's all I can really say without spoiling too much, because this short film is way too short. I feel like it should be way longer, and actually that's why I feel like it needs a feature-length movie, because this concept would work so well in a feature-length movie. The idea behind it's really genius, and I was actually one of the lucky few that got to actually watch this early. For those who do not know, months ago, the director of The Rejected released this film for, I want to say, like a day or two, early access, and pretty much if you can make it to watch it, then you're all good to go. I'm not sure when they're releasing this movie officially, but I was one of the few people that heard about the early showings on Vimeo, because he had the link on Vimeo and type a little password in and stuff. And so I did that and I watched it, and it was amazing. The cinematography is really great, looks very professional, and there is some CG on the doll. Like the killer doll that's in the movie has CG, and honestly the CG don't really bother me here at all. Like, I mean, yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit of a video game, but honestly the CG is good and it works here. And for the doll, in some aspects, actually makes the doll look creepier the way that the CG is done. And I should also mention that this film is apparently the first ever Turkish killer doll movie, which that's a very interesting fact, and that's actually something I got from the director himself. But when describing The Rejected, I always think of like Silent Hill 2. I've never actually played Silent Hill 2, but I know enough about it to make that analogy. It has psychological Silent Hill 2 vibes, and the way that's handled is very genius. And that's why I feel like it's too short and we need a feature-length movie of this. Because if an actual feature-length version of this movie came out, I'd buy it instantly. Because in my opinion, 8 minutes is way too short to have with this film. The Rejected was nominated for a ton of awards from different film festivals. For example, The Rejected was nominated for Best Short Fiction Film, as well as Best Director, and The Rejected actually managed to win one of these awards. Apparently, The Rejected was able to win an award for Best Movie Poster Design, which honestly I feel like this short film definitely deserves Best Short Film and even Best Director, as this film was very well made and I loved it. Oh, and that main theme, man. That main theme is just too memorable. Too memorable, in fact, that when I first heard it in 2018, around the time that I first discovered The Rejected, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I still can't stop thinking about it. If I was giving this short film a rating, I'd definitely give it an 8.5 out of 10, or even a 9. It was that good and I loved it that much. I remember after watching The Rejected, I felt such appreciation with the movie, but at the same time, I wanted more. I wanted way more, because it was just such a cool concept and such a fun little idea for a short horror film. Also, I see it as scarier than Chucky. And actually, you know what? The killer doll is a baby doll, right? This is how Gwen should have been in Seed of Chucky. just my opinion. I know some people like Gwen, but I think that the comedy of seeing Chucky is a little much, and I wasn't ever really a huge fan of Gwen. And this is more like what I'd like to see of the character Gwen. In my opinion, that's just what I think. It's just such a neat little idea, and that's why I had to make a video on this, even all these months later, and I apologize for being so late on talking about this. I just never got around to reviewing it, and I know the director, he asked me if I was going to ever review it. I told him that I would, and I just kept pushing it off, not meaning to, and now I'm finally getting to it. I'm telling you guys, when this drops, go watch it. I tried my best not to spoil anything, because when I'm looking up stuff and reviews and whatnot, I hate spoilers. And so I tried my best to spare as many spoiling details as possible. But to go on, I may even have a chance to interview the person who made this, because he asked me if I wanted to do an interview with them, and hell yeah, I would love to do an interview on this, because this person's vision, like, I want to see it become a feature-length movie, and I like what he's doing here. I like this idea that he put on the table in this short film, and I would love to hear everything about how he made it, and the inspirations that went into making it. So definitely, guys, if you'd like to see that too, leave a like on this video, because I would totally interview him. Overall, guys, I had to talk about this. I had to talk about why I felt like this deserves a feature-length movie. And the director even said that if this film got enough support, once it releases, that there is a chance for a feature-length version of this. And that's something I'd love to see. And when the film's actually out, I may or may not do a little breakdown or explained video on this short film. If you guys want to see it, that is, and if the director approves it. Hope you guys enjoyed this new episode of When Dolls Attack. Consider this video as sort of a warm-up for another shelved horror episode about Blood Bunny, the original Child's Play script. I am gonna be working on this new video very soon. I don't want to say too much because I was able to get some help on the research side of this video. And the reason why I was having such a hard time coming up with this specific video is because I didn't know where to start, where to look for this information. And thankfully, I know someone who has some information I can use for that video. So I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you guys enjoy that when I release it. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content, and definitely subscribe to become a slasher. All social media links and my merch down in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching my video on Rejected and why I feel like it deserves a feature-length adaptation. I really enjoyed talking about this short film just as much as I enjoyed talking about Charles, or Charlie the Legend. Two other great projects that I support with all my heart. But I'm out of here, guys, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Also, before I go, I have new merch on the store, link down in bio. I would really love if you guys go check those new merch designs out. I don't push my merch nearly enough, but I'd appreciate if you guys go over there and buy something. It would mean a lot. But I'll catch you all in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. But don't forget, guys, to keep on slashing.